What up, people? What's going on? What's popping? Let me make sure the streaming good. Because this thing be acting weird. Alright, cool. I see myself. We are on. What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So today I'm going to be talking about how to influence women to do what you want. Tim G was popping, bro. Before we get into all of that, make sure you guys get How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day, ebook, hard copy, and audiobook. Make sure you click the link below or go straight to mrlocario.com. When you get this book, or the ebook, or the audiobook, you get 2 free audio programs. One is called the Conversation Booster, one is called the Confidence Booster. So you're getting this book plus 2 free programs. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, make that happen, all right? So you guys can step up your game. What up? Derek Richardson, Got Juice, Whiskey to Dawn, McCann Cornell, Night Zoom Flight, Pittsburgh Gentleman was good, Brandon F, S Phony was popping, Tony Brown, Joe Blast was good, Derek Richardson, Samuel Johnson, Mike Sauter was popping, The Bruta was going on. Alright, so what's good, people? For Life One Deep, what up? Peace Lord, Willie TV, AJ. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about, how to influence women to do what you want. Okay? So, before I even get into all of that, first thing I want to say, to get this clear, so that guys can understand, is that you can't control women, and you can't make women do things. All right? So understand, you can't control women, and you can't make a woman do anything. You understand? So when we're talking about here, and this is why I say influence, how do you influence this woman to do what you want? Right? When it comes to you interacting with this woman, right? So first, again, understand you can't control them and you can't make them do anything. See, even when we talk about women cooperating with you, when we're talking about a woman being cooperative and you want cooperation from a woman, when a woman cooperates with you, she's doing that because that's what she wants to do. So let's say off the bat, a girl is just feeling you for whatever reason, right? She likes you, she's, you're talking to her, she's interested in you, whatever. So her cooperation is based off of her just feeling you. You understand? You're not making her cooperate. She's cooperating on her own because she's feeling you. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that when it comes to you being able to influence a chick, what's going to happen is that you're going to be doing things that's going to make her sort of think certain things and say, oh, I want to go in this direction. I want to follow this guy. I want to, listen to his instructions. You understand? So you get her to that point. Right? But it's always her wanting to do it. You're just influencing her based off of the type of guy you are. Right? So how do you actually influence these chicks to do what you want? Right? Now, first of all, what you got to understand is that you're not going to really influence a chick in most cases unless she has some sort of emotional attachment to you at some point. Now, it doesn't have to be some deep emotional attachment. It doesn't have to be something where you're spending time. This could be some shit that you talking to a girl for a few hours and she's getting emotionally attached to you. You understand what I'm saying? But there has to be some sort of emotional attachment there in order for you to be able to influence her to, do what you want. Because you can't. There's going to be no influence if she doesn't see any value in you. If she doesn't care about the guy she's talking to or the guy that's talking to her, he can't influence her. You understand? Because part of her being influenced to take action or to do anything is based off of how much she values the guy who's in front of her. You see what I'm saying? So there has to be some sort of connection there. There has to be some sort of emotional connection there. This is why why it's funny when I hear guys try to do things to sort of create this sort of high value for themselves in relation to how they're coming at women. So they'll say, you know, they'll like meet a chick and get her number and then say, oh, I'm going to wait like, you know, a whole week before I set up the first date because I want her to, you know, see me as high value. I want her to be thinking about me and do all this other stuff, right? But the reason why a lot of times that doesn't work that well is because when she first meets you, you're just the idea at this point. There's no attachment there. There's no, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not really someone in her life that's that important. You're just another dude out of many who could potentially be somebody, but you're not really that guy yet. You see what I'm saying? Because she hasn't had any time with you yet. You see what I'm saying? So this is why I tell guys, when you first get a girl's number, or you exchange numbers, hit her up the next day and set the date up or when you're going to hook up or whatever as soon as possible. Because you want to get that, you know, that attachment going as soon as possible. You see what I'm saying? Because there's not going to really be that much of an attachment if, you know, nothing happened yet. You understand? So this is why it's sort of like counterproductive to do all of this. Oh, let me wait here, let me wait there, let me do this, let me do that at the beginning. Because at the beginning, you want to get that shit going to where she gets some sort of attachment there for you. You see what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, this doesn't mean that, you know, there's other parts of the situation where, because this is what guys get confused. Let me just break this down. Because I had a guy actually hit me up in the comments, and he said to me, he was like, you know, oh, I heard you saying that, you know, you shouldn't wait a few days to call the girl and blah, blah, blah. And I've heard other people say you got to wait for a while and all this other stuff. Now, let me make this clear. When you first meet a girl, you try to make sure that you and her are getting together as soon as possible. So that's either that night, you met a girl at a bar, try to hook up with her that night. If you can't hook up with her that night, try to hook up with her by the end of the week latest. You see what I'm saying? You have to try to get this shit going quickly. Because, again, what happens is that women are living in the moment. So there's that momentum built up when you first meet the girl. So what happens is that you have to strike while the pussy is hot. You got to get it as soon as possible. You have to either hook up or get that date as soon as possible, right? Now, once you go on that date or once you hook up, then you can wait a week. You understand what I'm saying? Then you can wait a week and then, you know, call her back up the next time and then, you know, hit her up and make something happen. That's when you wait. See, if you first meet a girl, let's say you walk into the street, you see a girl, you think she's hot, you roll up on her, you get her number in like 2 minutes and you walk away. You don't wait a week to call that girl. You call her the next day and set something up. Then once something's set up and y'all go on that first date or y'all hook up that first time, then you can wait a week. Why? Because at this point, she has some sort of emotional investment in you at this point. There's really no emotional investment by you walking up to some chick, hollering at her for 2 minutes and getting the numbers. Like nothing happened yet. You understand that? That happens all the time. Every day she's getting dudes hollering at her all the time. She got dudes in her inbox on the Instagram. She got dudes on the Tinder. You're just another one in the shuffle. So if you meet the girl and you wait a whole week when you first meet her, right? That's a whole week of other motherfuckers getting all up in that. And see, what women end up doing is that they end up attaching themselves to a specific guy that they like and sort of will somehow ignore certain other dudes, but if they're really feeling a specific guy. So you could have walked up to her, exchanged numbers, right? She probably was interested in you to a certain extent. She liked the way you look, your swag, your personality, whatever it was, right? But then you waited a week. While you were waiting that week, she was fucking with some other dude here and there that she also really likes. You understand? And so he's gotten up in her ears and all up in her mind and all this. So she's all caught up with him. Now, by the time you waited that week to hit her up, she thinks she got the goddamn boyfriend already at this point. You see what I'm saying? That's because you took too damn long. So again, when you first meet them, set the shit up quick. After it's set up, then you can wait that week and whatever, because she's had some sort of situation with you. You said, what about getting an instant date after the meeting her the first day and trying to get a same day late? Yeah, you could do that too. You could meet a chick, be like, yo, what you doing right now? Oh, you not busy? Cool. How about we go get some Starbucks? Yeah, chill at Starbucks. You fucking go back and forth with her, and then you go back to the crib, smash whatever you want to do, right? But you have to get that attachment there first. You see what I'm saying? So now, the reason why I bring this up when it comes to having a woman be influenced to do what you want, right, is because what happens is that when you want to get a woman to do what you want, there needs to be a reason as to why that would be even a good idea. There needs to be a reason as to why she should do it. So why should she do what you want? Why should she do what you say? Now, from the beginning, I'm of the thought that, the fact that I'm a man, chicks should just be doing whatever I say anyway, because that's just how I am. You feel what I'm saying? Period. But what you have to understand is that there's going to be, if you have a stronger bond, a stronger connection with the chick that you're dealing with, it's going to be easier for her to be influenced to do what you want. Why? Because now there's a fear that she may lose the situation she has with you, right? Then this is what I said, why it's important to have that emotional attachment. Because if there's an emotional attachment, she's like, I like being with this guy, right? And so in her mind, she's like, what can I do to keep being with this guy? So if the guy is telling her, hey, if he's telling her, hey, look, let's do this or let's do that or make this happen or blah, 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 she's going to be thinking, oh, well, yeah, let's do that. I'm down with that. I'm trying to make that happen because she's trying to cooperate with you because she actually wants it to work. But she wants it to work because she's, emotionally attached to you. You see what I'm saying? And also what happens is the fear of losing you makes her say, well, let me kind of roll with this. And I want to roll with this because I want to keep this going. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, what influences her to want to do what you want is because she's emotionally attached to you and she has the fear of losing you if she doesn't cooperate. You feel what I'm saying? For life, when you said take her mind, you have her body, take her body, and you have her soul. But that's the thing. So again, you're not making her do anything. She's influenced to do it based off of the guy that you are, and she's attached to that. She wants that energy. She wants to be around that situation. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is this, guys. What's going to make it easier for this to happen when you want a chick to do what you want, is that you have to be so on point, right? That what's going to happen is it's going to be easier for her to be influenced to do it. So let's say, for example, you have like a big company like Google or Facebook or whatever, right? And somebody wants to work there because they want to work there because, they've heard a lot of good shit about this company and it's like the cool place to work, and, to get hired there, to get a job there is going to be great and all this other shit, right? So what happens is that the potential employee for that company, they go in and they try to get that job and all this other stuff, right? So what happens is that they're influenced to come to that company, to try to work for that company because of the reputation that company has, right? Now, once they're in that company, what happens when you are in a job? The job gets you or influences you to do what they want you to do. But why'd you go there in the first place? Because you were influenced by, the prestige of whatever the fuck that job was. Or you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you're the type of dude who she sees as that valuable, and you say, hey, do this, this, and this, she's going to do it because she doesn't want to get fired. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of times what happens is the reason why it's hard for, you know, I'm sweating like a motherfucker up in here. The reason why it's hard for a lot of guys to get cooperation sometimes is because that girl isn't influenced or feeling him to that point. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what's going down. So in order for you to like in order for you to make that happen, you have to be that valuable dude. See, the more on point you are with your shit, the easier it is for women to comply and to, you understand, make it happen. Man. Lorenzo Davies said, question, why have a wife or a girlfriend if you still like smashing other women? Why not? You see what I'm saying? Why not? That's what I want to ask you. Why not? Because I like women. So if I have a wife and a girlfriend and I still want to smash other women, then I smash other women. You understand? So, you know, that's what it is. Death Row Camp, what's going on, was popping. Man. Oh, yeah, so the caller number 646-481-3901. Samuel Johnson was popping. So what's the question? You guys can call up. Excuse me. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Locario, man? What's going on? This MG up in Philly. How you doing?
I'm chilling. What's popping with you, bro?
Man, nothing at all. Yo, you had a couple scenarios. I already have a pretty much good idea about what all happened. Mm-hmm. Before dissect and comment on. Mm-hmm. Well, last Saturday. Mm-hmm. Last Saturday went out. Work-wise, two chicks I met. Mm-hmm. Nothing new, ain't nothing too extravagant. It's not like, hey, I went out with these girls. No, none of that. I'm just trying to tell you, everything that happened was based off of what you've been saying. Mm-hmm. The demographic basis. Right. So the one girl I met at work, I kind of had, a feeling. For the longest time I thought she was married. So she came up like, hey, we should, because the season was ending at work. So we said, hey, we should exchange numbers, keep in touch, yada yada. So I'm like, okay, fine. Mm-hmm. So we did that, and she started hitting me up. Yeah, we need to get together, blah blah blah. Now she's doing all this stuff with me. I'm like, yeah, sure. So she's actually kind of set up the time and place. I'm just going along with it just because. So I was like, okay, cool, let's meet up on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Didn't hear nothing from her. Mm-hmm. Well, there was another girl I was interested in. So I hit her up right on the spot. She's like, yeah, sure, let's go out, da da da. So we went out. So I'm with chick with chick B. So we're going out, and I pick her up. I told her, hey, we're not, we're just going out on some space down in Philly. Nothing too extravagant. So I'm like, hey, just wear stuff like this. It's not a big deal. We're just going out for drink. Mm-hmm. So she does. So of course, get in the car. She's out there. I'm sitting there flirting with her. Keep it fun and flirty and stuff with her. So she starts. It was interesting how the conversation was going. So she's like, hey, John, you know what? At work, you got a reputation for flirting with a bunch of different women, blah, 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 this and third. She's like, how many girls do you have? So I'm like, yo, I got school bus load. Mm. So she started laughing. She's like, oh, well, I don't like that. I'm a little jealous, this and third, blah, blah, blah. So we keep going. She's like, hey, you know what? And some kind of way we got on the subject of kids. So she's like, yeah, I don't date guys with kids, this and third. Well, I have a daughter. So I'm like, well, you know what? I got a little 4-year-old at home, blah, blah, blah. She's like, really? She's like,
Hold on, wait.
You
You gonna have to speed it up and give me the short version because I got other people trying to call him. But go ahead.
Yo. Okay. Well, basically, what I'm trying to say is this: the conversation with the second chick. She kept throwing out, I don't like this, and I don't like this, and I don't like this. Well, I'm sitting there batting them to the side. We end up at the spot. She's grinding on me. My dick's all hard. She's feeling it, this and third, blah, blah. Where the demographics gonna come from is my apartment wasn't clean, so I didn't smash. So basically what I'm saying is it didn't really matter what all she was saying. As long as I kept, going my speed, then it was all fine, and she went along with it.
Right.
She was fine. I didn't just need to make sure that I had my apartment, the right way next time. The chick from the first scenario, I was direct with her. When she hit me up later on that night, like early in the morning. I just told her direct, and I'm like, look, you know what? If you're going to call me this late, it's only about sex, this, and third. And then she was right there with it. She apologized, and she's like, look, I can come over, A, B, C, D, F, G. So it really doesn't matter what all's coming out these women. Either they're with it or they're not.
Right, exactly, and that's the thing. That's the thing that I think is important for guys to understand that, at the end of the day, if a chick wants to make it happen, she's gonna make it happen. This is why when guys are just wasting so much time, sort of playing games or doing tricks and gimmicks and tactics and manipulation and all, it's like you're wasting so much time. It's just like, yo, listen, either we gonna do this or not. See, the point of the game is to get you to be, brave enough, courageous enough, bold enough to go out there and get what you want. Once you're going out there to try to get what you want, what's going to happen is you're going to see the ones that's cooperating and the ones that's not. You feel what I mean? And then as you're doing that, right, you're going to notice or realize more of what women will do when they are showing interest and what women actually do when they're disinterested, so that you can be better equipped to not waste your time with certain chicks. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You feel me?
Right.
That's what it is. You feel me?
Look, now here's a question I have for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it a spiritual transition, or more of an awareness that once you get to a certain point that you start picking up on different things? And I say this because you talking about you get more of that confident stridor. I don't even know what to call it. But it's like they can start picking up on it. Or it's more like an instinct, like
Right. Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Like that. And I'm starting to notice.
No, I was gonna say.
They're being swift.
No, I was gonna say that what you're saying is, you're saying like, how do you, do you pick up on it and stuff like that? See, the more that you're out there doing what you do as far as the game goes, as far as you going out there, meeting women, talking to women, interacting with women, dating, having sex, all this other stuff, you're going to start to pick up on things and sort of have like this sixth sense about what needs to be done. You feel what I mean? Because if you, let me tell you guys something. When when you have all these pickup artists and all that other shit, what pickup artists do, right? And even coaches and, dating coaches to a certain extent, maybe to a lesser extent, but what they're doing is that they're trying to break down. Oh, there's fucking sirens out there. Anyway, what they're trying to do is they're trying to break down what a guy who's natural at this is doing. They're trying to break it down for you so that you can understand how to apply it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so what happens is that when you're learning how to do it, you get to a point where it becomes second nature to you. Always equate it to if you're typing on a computer or whatever. Like they have this program called Mavis Beacon that teaches you how to type without looking at the keys. So the more you learn how to do that, then you get better at doing it to the point where you ain't got to look at the keys and you just type in or whatever. So the more you do it, the better you get at it, and then the easier it becomes, and then you start to pick up on things that the average guy who's not actually doing anything won't pick up on, and which is what's going to make him make even more and more mistakes, which is why a guy has to study the game and simultaneously, also put himself out there and study in that way. He can study all the books and the videos, DVDs, all that other stuff, but he has to actually go out and be there in front of a woman interacting with her so that he can get the feelings and feel how it feels to be in those situations so that he could pick up on certain things. You see what I mean? But yeah, that's what it is, man.
Yeah, see, but what I'm asking is, is like, okay, with you personally, once you realize that you hit like the whatever level that you're at, you're doing something random. You could be just at a grocery store, and whatever pajamas, flip flop, just looking busted because you're exuding a certain aura. Is it like a pheromonal basis that you just have where you just notice that chicks of all whatever they're just picking up on it. That's kind of what I'm asking.
Well, yeah, well, that happens too, where it's like it's the energy you already have there, but also too, it's just overall like it's the presence, it's your presence in the situation. So what happens is there's a lot of things that can help you in the game that'll make it easier for you to attract women. So, for example, if you're dressed well versus when you're not dressed well. That can help you when you're dressed well versus not being so dressed well, right? But a guy who, but this is what you gotta understand. A guy whose mentality or mindset is at such a high level, he doesn't necessarily even have to be dressed well to really bag a girl. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. You see what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying because to me. It's freaking weird, and which I guess is a good weird, but I don't really know what to do because in this case it's happening every time now. So it's at the point where it's like, okay, am I obligated to go up to her, get a number or this that third because it's just like that's just where it is. So I really don't know what to do with the situation I'm in now. Do I just keep on like automatically, with what you've been saying, or do kind of chill, just like, hey, you know what, I got my plate full already. What's up? How would you do it?
Well, the thing is, what you need to do is based off of your goals, what you want to happen. You see what I'm saying? In any of these situations. So first is just, what do I want from any of these women? Are they giving me what I want? If they aren't, do I want to keep going and try to change that, or do I just want to charge them to the game and find somebody else who's going to give me what I want? So a lot of times what you need to do is going to be, based off of, you got to ask yourself some questions. You got to figure out what it is you want. That's the problem with a lot of guys. The reason why it's hard for guys to make something happen sometimes because they sort of go in blindly. Like it's funny, if most dudes left the house, let's say you because guys will leave the house and go to clubs and bars and try to talk to women. But if you left the house and said, tonight, I'm trying to smash something tonight, and that's your goal, then most likely you're going to accomplish that goal because you're blocking out every other thing except for that task, which is, you see what I mean? So then that's going to create a situation where now when you talk to these girls, your screening process is going to be different. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not just you're just out there chilling. It's more so I have a specific agenda that I'm trying to do, and then so that agenda is going to cause me to interact with women differently than if I'm just shooting the shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it is, bro. That's what it is, man.
I sit down and get my goals straight. I guess I'm at this point I'm going after unicorns now.
Right, I feel you. Shit, I feel the same way, bro. Yo, I'm gonna holler at you later. I gotta take some more of these calls. All right.
All right, man. All right, take care.
Peace. Later. All right. So the calling number is 646-481-3901. Let's see who this is. Yo, what's going on?
Hello.
Yo, what's poppin'?
What up, Locario?
What's going on? Who's this?
This is Jay, man.
What up? What's poppin' with you?
Chillin', man. Nah, I just have a couple questions for you, man.
All right.
Nah, I'm on one of your videos, too. You were saying that, too, to get flirtation for a woman and stuff like that. But I noticed that, too. That couple women I've been going out with, it was two of them. I got really flirtatious. They let me touch them, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, then they keep saying that, I gotta wait, gotta get to know. But why is that though? If they let you touch them, though, you feel me? I figured that if they let you go that far, it should be
I'm not saying easy access, but you should be right there as opposed to guys who wouldn't go for what they want.
Right.
So
hold on, wait.
my thing is that
Wait,
too,
hold
I
on.
mean,
My
my
dude,
thing is that
hold on.
too.
My dude in the chat room asked a really good question. He said, why are you whispering? What's going on with the whispers?
No, my fault. No. That's my fault. That's not my fault. It's my fault, man.
Shout out to my dude K Zag and 20. No, but it's the thing. It's the thing. What you gotta understand is that sometimes what happens is this, right? Is that women will. Okay, first of all, what happens is that women already know who they gonna get a pussy to. You understand? So what happens is that there's something that either the girl's not really feeling you that much, or there's certain things that you were doing that indicated to her that she can do that with you. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning, and when I say do that with you, meaning that she feels it's okay and that she can get away with kissing up on you and talking about, oh, let's wait. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what's going to happen is that sometimes you may end up having to lose a chick because if you say to her, listen, man, I ain't really trying to go through all of that. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to, like, I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be an adult and have some fun, we could do that. But if not, we call it a day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you need to let her know what it is. And so what happens is that because she sees that you're interested in her sexually, but at the same time, she's seeing, hey, how much games can I play with this guy? Is he going to accept, that I'm going to do this? You see what I mean? So for example, like look, I remember I used to sell CDs in Times Square with one of my friends, right? So what he would do was when he would see like a tourist or somebody he knew wasn't from New York, he could tell he was from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like usually we would sell the CDs for $10, right? But he would try to sell it to them for $20. You see what I mean? So then, if they take the bait, he's like, all right, cool, whatever, right? But then some people, what happened is he would say, hey, it's gonna be $20, right? And then the person will be like, damn, that's kind of too much. Like, like I thought it was gonna be like $10 or something. And then he's like, all right, I'll give it to you for $15. You feel what I mean? So because they didn't just automatically accept the $20 price, he was able to negotiate and then get something else. You see what I'm saying? But see, if you're just sitting there and sort of accepting that a chick is going to do that, she's going to keep doing that. You feel what I mean? And then by you accepting that one girl doing that, that sort of becomes part of your energy when you're dealing with girls, because they can look. What you got to understand is women are dealing with men all the time. They get guys hollering at them, talking to them, trying to get with them, fuck them, whatever it is. So women, they have a sixth sense already of the type of guy you may be, or that they feel you are. Or a lot of times they'll test you to see, oh, well, let me see what type of guy he is. And then when you do certain things, they put you in a certain category that will have you as that dude. So that she may be looking at you as, okay, you're the guy who I'm just going to, play around with, dangle the carrot in front of his face, maybe get him to take me on some more dates, spend more time with me, do all this other shit. You see what I'm saying? Or but this also is in conjunction with this, she may like you or look at you as the boyfriend type. You see what I'm saying? And remember, because guys, this is men's fault, because men keep saying, I'm not gonna wife a girl up if she fucks me on the first night, this is what happens. You see what I'm saying?
Not that you said that too, and I even guys say that too, but I always say that for instance, I mean, a woman act different to the type of guys they're dealing with. Not every woman's like that type of guy.
Right.
I was telling my boy that, yeah, every woman is different. All right. But the third girl, though, I mean, but she even let me kiss her, but she was doing some bullshit like, oh, I don't sleep with guys the first night. I usually went to 4 or 5 dates.
Mm-hmm.
You think I should still deal with her? But even if she let me kiss her, though, the first 2 girls was some bullshit. But the third girl, she actually let me kiss her. That's why I'm like, damn. Even when you kiss them, they still on that. I still got to. Cause she like it, cause she was like, oh, I don't get down like I don't just fuck with that first night.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you want to do with the girls? You want to smash? Like what do you want to do?
No, I'm trying to smash and see where it goes. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I'm trying to smash, see where it goes. I'm just trying to just not hang out for free for like 6 seconds. I'm trying to smash and see where it goes. You feel me?
Right.
I'm trying to do both. Combination. It's like a combination thing.
Now let me ask you this though. Uh, would you would you be okay with? And I'm just throwing scenarios out there. Let's say you dealing with this girl who's like she want to wait 3 or 4 dates, right? And y'all do wait 3 or 4 dates, and then she ends up not having sex with you and changes her mind and stops calling you. Would you? Is that okay, or does the smashing have to happen? Is it very important that the sex has to happen for you?
No, the sex has to happen.
Right. Okay. So now, since the sex has to happen and it is very important, that has to be at the forefront. You understand? And so this is why I'm telling you this. I'm telling you it this way because what you want to do in the front of your mind, you have to say, "This is what I want." Now, if she's not giving me what I want, right? Either you're gonna have to let her know that this has to change, or she got to bounce. So, for example, that girl saying, "Oh, I gotta wait 3 or 4 dates in order to yada yada yada," and it'd be like, "Listen, that's cool, and I respect that, but that's not how I roll. So, if you wanna hook up, we ain't gotta hook up tonight, but if you wanna hook up, holler at me, and the next time you see me, we gonna hook up, and leave it at that, and put the ball in her court." You see what I'm saying? Because all I'm trying to get you to understand or to look at is what do you want in the situation? And then so you frame your entire situation with these girls based off of that. And again, you got to understand that there are going to be girls that you're going to lose by doing this. But again, understand that you were going to probably lose her anyway if that's the case.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So, and this is why you got to have that abundance mindset, because you got to be okay with telling a girl, well, look, this ain't going to work for me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can always leave the window open and say, listen, hey, this ain't going to work for me, but if you change your mind and want to hook up, holler at me. That's it.
Right. Definitely.
Right. Don't be wasting too much time with this shit.
I think that too sometimes too. I'm trying to finesse these hoes too, and they pick it up too. I know what I want, then I change up. You're right. I just gotta stick to it. Like it's like I want to get to know them. I want to smash. I want to get to know them. It's like I'm telling them one thing.
Right. Well, this is the thing. Get to know the girls you smash. You feel what I'm saying? That's why you should look at it. Like get to know. Like if we ain't smashing, I don't need to get to know you. You see what I mean?
Definitely.
Because
definitely.
right. Because what am I wasting my time to get to know you for if we ain't smashing? You see what I'm saying? That's on some friend shit. Like we just friends then at this point.
But even though I don't use, even though I use dates just to feel a girl, like you think I should still go on dates? I just want to go on dates to feel a person out, see how they are.
Say that again. What's your question?
One of your videos you was like, don't use dates for sex. You use dates as a way just to see how that person is.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that the way I use dates as just to go there, just to feel a girl out, just see what she about?
Yeah. That's it. Well, that's the thing. When I made the video when I said don't go on dates to get sex, what I mean is some guys think they need to go on a date in order to get sex from a girl.
No, definitely not. No.
Right. So the thing is, the only reason to even go on a date really is to, like you said, to feel a girl out, to see if this is the type of chick you want to continuously fuck with. You understand what I'm saying? So that's really what the date is. The date is feeling a girl out to see if you want to even, and sometimes it's it's to see even if you want to smash her, because sometimes this is what's going to happen. The more you deal with girls and the more you interact with girls, and also based off of your situations going on in your life, you're not gonna. There's certain girls you're not gonna want to have sex with because they're fucking crazy. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's why I usually go on a first date at least just to feel out the chick and see if she is like, not a fucking nutcase.
Yeah. I'm the same way too. She the type of crazy maniac you're dealing with.
Right. But the thing is, you don't want it. But the thing is, once you go on that date and you see, okay, she cool, you don't need to be going on 4, 5, 6 dates waiting for some chick and all this other goofy shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Definitely. But last question to Locario. I'm trying to go to take to a spot in the city. What's a good spot? Like a spot that's cheap,
Wh-
just for drinks and shit.
Where
I
are
ain't
you
trying to
from?
spend too much.
Where you from? New York?
Nah, I'm out there in CT.
Where?
I'm trying to.
Where you
I'm
from?
out there in CT, Connecticut.
Oh damn, Connecticut. Shit, I'm not too familiar with the good spots in Connecticut because last time I was in Connecticut.
In the city.
Oh,
I
in the
said.
city.
You know,
So, but you talking about in New York City?
yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, dude, you have to take, shit,
No.
man. I mean, I just go. That's just usually I say if you going to take a chick out for the first time, take her to get a drink. That's it. At any place, it don't matter where it is, as long as it's a bar and it's at night, take her to get a drink and just do that shit. Something low key. You feel what I'm saying? So it don't really matter where it is. Any spot in the city, get a drink and just fucking feel her out.
Okay.
That's it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. All right, definitely, man.
All right, man.
I definitely know what I gotta do. I just gotta stop that flip flop shit I'm doing, man. I look for that shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You gotta get to the smashing first, or see what's popping with that. Then you get to know the chicks you smashing. Feel what I'm saying?
You know about that? Yeah, definitely.
All right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man. I gotta take some more of these calls.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
All right,
Man.
peace. All right, hold on. Let me try to this fan be kind of crazy. Woo! Alright, let me see what this is. Shit.
Yo, peace, Brother Locario. This is Peace Lord, a.k.a. Brother Lex.
What up? What's
How's
poppin'?
everything going? What's going on, man?
I'm chilling.
Yeah,
What's going on with you?
Chilling. Listen, I just want to add on to what you were saying a little bit earlier about influencing the woman.
Mm.
And basically what works for me is I influence my own self. And here's what I mean by this, and here's why. A lot of the times we have a lot of things to do. We got family, work, taking care of the house. We got a lot of friends.
Mm.
So what we have to do is we have to influence ourselves in order to go out. Or if you see a woman, you might be intimidated by the situation. Maybe she's around a lot of people. What you want to do is you always want to present yourself. And it doesn't have to be nothing fancy. You know what I'm saying? You just go ahead and speak to the woman. And then more than likely you can start up a conversation with her and get something like that.
Right.
So what I ended up doing was there's these two females that I'm dealing with right now. The first female, I met her at a gas station.
Right.
So, I went up and I approached her, and she was very stern-faced. She didn't smile or anything like that, but I kept doing what I had to do, doing my approach. She's from Kenya, you know what I'm saying? And she has that type of attitude where, she doesn't like to be around certain brothers because she feels that they're a bad influence. But nonetheless, she was feeling my swag and everything like that.
Right.
Make a long story short, and the short story even shorter, I ended up smashing her last week. You know what I'm saying? So she's down with the team on that, and she's very much it's very easy. And I don't like to say it's easy to the sense of like, you know what I'm saying, she gave it up easy even though she did, but it's easy in terms of cooperation. So the dates run easy with her.
Right.
If I say something like, yo, let's get a slice of pizza, yes, no problem. Whatever you want, it's easy like that. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I even got to this level is because of influencing my own self. Because I know you understand the game and how it really works, but basically when you're really first stepping out here and trying to talk to a lot of females,
right,
you're going to get down because a lot of them are going to reject you. And what you have to constantly do is tell yourself the good shit. You have to constantly tell yourself why you fly, if your jacket is fly, if you said something really good at work, or you influence your child, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to constantly do that, and then you get the other females. So, but I want to ask you a question real quick, Brother Locario.
Right.
I was on a few dates, a couple of bad chicks, and what I ended up running into was making out with these females on the first date, and that's not a problem. I worked myself up to that level, but a lot of times one female, you know what I'm saying, even though I was ended up kissing her and whatnot, she texted me, I think, a week later, before I even got a chance to text her. You know, she was just like, hey, listen, you know, I'm just not feeling the situation or whatever have you. So I end up running into multiple situations like that where, you know, I'm actually fondling the woman, you know what I'm saying, touching on the women, getting a lot of sexual energy with the female. And maybe only a couple of them happen like that. There are other females, you know what I'm saying, I ended up smashing and taking care of like that. But is this a case, have you run into the situation where women are wishy-washy? I mean, of course, you know, they're dating other men out there, and good for them, you know, because I'm dating other women. But have you ever ran into a case where women are kind of, you know, 1 minute hot and then another minute cold?
Oh yeah, that shit happens all the time. That shit is like, you know, that's like, I guarantee any dude that messes with a large number of women or goes out and talks, that's gonna happen to him at least once. You know what I'm saying? Where because you thinking everything is all good and everything is cool, and we was kissing, we was doing this and doing that and all that other stuff, and then all of a sudden either she hits you up or you hit her up, and then she'll be like, hey, you know, I don't think that you know, we're a good match, or I don't, you know, I feel it, you know, and it's just, you're just like, what happened, right? And so sometimes what happens is that these chicks end up getting back with dudes that they were once with, maybe an ex-boyfriend or some other dude that she's trying to fuck with. You feel what I'm saying? That's one thing. Two, she was probably cheating on her man with you. You feel what I'm saying? That's another thing. Or the third thing usually what will happen is sometimes a chick will feel sort of embarrassed by doing certain things with you so quick. And then she doesn't, you see what I'm saying? That she doesn't want to like make it happen. But either way, it's sort of like, you know, I actually like when chicks do that, because it's better for them to do that up front than to keep seeing them and then they still be fronting and doing a whole bunch of goofy shit and wasting your time. So that's just part of the game. That's like, you know, that's some shit you just have to charge the game to be like, yo, okay, you want that shit, so it is what it is. You feel what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I appreciate the advice on that. Just also, I'm gonna let you go, brother, but just want to influence some of the other brothers out there. Just definitely, please speak to these females out here, because they are in abundance, and they're literally everywhere you go. I mean, you can't. I mean, I'm here in Mount Vernon, New York, you know what I'm saying? It's a suburb, so it's not quite the Bronx, the Brooklyn, Queens, and Manhattan. But you know, nonetheless, there's still a lot of people out here. You know, I like to put on my sports jacket, you know what I'm saying, do what I do, and you know, I fuck around with some of the, you know, my sorority sisters. You know, I'm in a fraternity, so I have sorority sisters I talk to here and there, and you know what I'm saying. So, but I just, you know, a lot of females are really, they're very anxious to enter into a relationship or a monogamous relationship. And, you know, at this point in time in my life, you know, that's not really feasible. I do want that long term, maybe a little bit later down the road when I get a little bit, you know, tired of it. But right now, I'm really excited and, you know, going out and speaking to women. So I'm on your Bad Boy membership.
That's what's up.
You and Brother Miles Cunningham, y'all keep doing your thing. I appreciate it, and I'll holler at you some other time.
That's what's up, bro. I'm holler at you, man. All right?
All right, man.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. Yeah, chicks be on that shit, bro. You know, they be 1 minute it's something, the next minute ain't. And again, this goes back to what I was saying, that at the beginning, you wanna move fast. You understand? You wanna move fast. Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, Locario?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
This is Willis out of Detroit.
All right, what's going on with you, man?
Now, hey, real quick, I'm gonna tell you something to see if I handle it correctly. But listening to your, that YouTube video on the newness and the oldness, dude, if I heard that shit like 10 or 15 years ago, man, you know, stuff you be feeling the wrong way, but when you hear other people say it put all that shit together.
Right.
And I think a lot of chicks be on newness. They think they said they want the old shit, but they always want some new dick. always.
Oh yeah. That's the thing with relationships, man. Like people see the problem with a lot of you know, and again, it's I always have to throw a disclaimer in there because people always think I'm shitting on monogamy, but the problem with a lot of people who are in monogamous relationships is that they're constantly looking for the fantasy. You feel what I'm saying? Of the one. You feel what I'm saying? And so that keeps them. It keeps them like if you have a person who's single, they're always looking for that special person. Then they think they found the special person if they actually get with somebody, and then what happens is, and this is how it always happens, it goes from excitement to boredom all the time, without fail.
Every time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so you know that's the thing.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm 39. I've only probably had maybe 3 serious relationships, and the reason being because I'm always looking at the next bitch.
Right.
I'm always looking at the next bitch.
Right.
So I never give that boyfriend energy. It was really to a situation I want to tell you about real quick. It was a chick that I met at where I dance at. So in that circle, you see a lot of the same people once a week, sometimes twice, depending on what's going on. And in April, this chick, 36, now she has 3 kids, and what I recently found out, she just had a baby that was 1 year old. So we were dancing a little bit. I threw in my car with my number on it. She hits me up the next day. We get together, so she stays 40 minutes away.
Right.
And I think she wanted a relationship, but I wasn't really on that. She never talked about it, so I never brought it up. But I never gave her that energy, because she would want me to come out where she's at. I'd be like, oh, I got to do, like, I ain't really feeling that.
Right.
That ain't what I wanted to get down. But I was able to, a number of times, pull her when the ball was over at 2 o'clock. We might talk a little bit outside. Then I'd be like, all right, bet. Follow me over to my spot. She followed me over to her spot. And we get down. Now, the thing was, it was slightly progressive, but she would always give me head and busting the mouth and everything. But I couldn't get no ass. And she would do weird stuff like put tampons in it, get wet as hell. I could get my hands on it, everything. But she would always not let me get it. It was weird as fuck.
So she would do everything except for let you intercourse, no intercourse.
Yeah.
Maybe she has some sort of STD or something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. This went on for like 3 or 4 months. So long story short, she always had, it seemed like a kid mentality. Cause a song would come on and she'd be wanting to dance on that song. And the spot where we would always meet at on Friday night, it's a lot of different women there. I'm a friendly, flirty guy, so I've never wanted to be caught over with one woman all night. I would dance with you 3 or 4 times, 5 times at the most. Right. And then I kind of go work the room. Everybody who know me know this.
Right.
So this is not a secret to her. But the reason I bring it up is because what happened was 3 weeks ago, her cooperation with me started sliding. It was like this new dude came in, and she started gravitating more to him. And she'd be like, oh, I'm going to go get me something to drink from the bar. I'd be like, oh, give me a Pepsi. Her ass come back with fucking Pepsi. I'm like, dude, what is Pepsi? You know what I'm saying? But I'm testing her because I see where things are going. Last week, I seen again, homeboy. She kind of easing up close to him, talking with him, kind of showing me less attention, which is cool, But if you don't, my thing is don't put up a front. So I would put her on the spot with certain things. I was like, well, how come you ain't get the Pepsi? Somebody bought me a drink. I was like, well, shit, okay, somebody can buy you a drink, but you put some cash out your pocket, you shouldn't need a drink.
My dude in the chat room, K Zagan said she disobeyed you, so you got to charge her ASAP. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
I agree. Shit.
What I did, let me say, what I did at the end of the night, before Friday night, Because I was like, all right, well, you let go and walk into the car, and I'm testing her, and I see the disobedience. So I told her straight up, I was like, girl, look, you ain't fucking with me no more. It's okay. You know, she kept on having these smirks, like dumbfounded, lying kind of. You know, it was either she thought I was crazy or she couldn't see the angle I was coming. My thing was like, look, you fucking with dude or whatever, go with him. I'm good.
Well,
I'm doing.
See, the thing is
my
this
question
though.
Is, did I handle that correctly?
See, the thing
by
is this.
telling her straight up in the face I'm charging.
Well, the thing is this. First of all, I wouldn't have stayed 3 or 4 months with this chick if you know, because like, okay, she giving you head, but at the same time,
it wasn't serious. It was when we hooked up. It was because she came 40 minutes away to where I'm going to be at, and it was easy head, so I just went and took it anyway.
Right.
But it wasn't. I wasn't. We weren't claiming it wasn't a relationship or none of that. The only thing I guess because what attention and what cooperation I was getting, I got a little stuck on that. I was like, well, I'm getting cooperation. Let me keep on getting.
Right. Well, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. If you, when the fact that you see her, you know, because this is the thing. Sometimes you get so caught up in the chick that that you might say, well, she is doing this, but at the same time she's not cooperating, and then you're like, well, she is giving me this head, but then she, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's with chicks, it got to be on some all or nothing shit. A lot of you understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that what you're getting caught up in is that you're getting caught up in her frame. You see what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? So just like I told the last caller who was calling, he said that this girl was talking about, oh, I want to wait 3 or 4 dates, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. A good rule of thumb when you're dealing with women is real simple. Is she doing what I want her to do? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
If she's not, then we can't really talk no more. We're done. It's really that simple.
Well, you know what? From the beginning, I just took it as progression. Because I got head on the second. It was the first day out of when I pulled her over. You know, we was in the car, whatever. It was kissing. It was progressing there. I kind of just wrote that off as okay, whatever. The second time I got head, and I still every time she came through, I was always trying to get. I put my hand on it. I was trying to get it.
But see, that's the thing. It shouldn't be you trying to get it though. That's like there was. I remember there was this one chick I messed with, and you know everything was cool at first. Shit was progressing, but while we was fucking around, like we was in the crib, whatever, and you know kissing, about to make something happen, and you know I told her to suck my dick, right, and she didn't. Like it was almost like she pretended she didn't hear me. So I told her again. You feel what I'm saying? And she still ain't do it. So after that, I never called her again. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was like we was in the bed, you know, kissing, do those other stuff. And but the fact that I told her to suck my dick and she ain't do it. And mind you, everything else from up until that point was cool. She was cooperating, everything was great. Like, you know what I'm saying? But because she didn't do that, because she didn't listen to what I was saying, I'm done. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
That's it. You see what I mean? None of this back and forth.
So what you're saying is, once I got the head or whatever I was going to get, once the second time I got the head but then getting the ass, I should have charged her then.
Right, exactly.
And just been done with it.
Exactly.
Instead of just getting head and then she found a new dude.
Right, and dealing with all, right. And so now, again, because now you're getting caught. Because what she's doing is that, you know, this is like a more, you know, like, it's like, because the thing is she's giving you head, but she's doing the same thing that other women do, but less sexual. So, you know, like when you hear a guy, he's like, yeah, I'm hanging out with this girl, but she was fronting, but, you know, she want to see me again, or we're going to go out for a second date, but nothing really happened, but he's getting strung along because maybe she kissed him on the lips or something like that. So ain't nothing really going down, but it's the illusion that, oh, this is going to happen next time. Let me keep going. Let me try to work it out. And no. See, the thing is, you want to get to the point in a game where you don't even, like, deal with that type of shit. And so, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's like beneath you. You feel what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing you got to look at it as. It's like, yo, this shit is beneath me. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to do something simple as get me some soda, and you don't fucking get me no soda. Like, hell no. Like, we good. We good. You feel me? Like,
yeah, and from that point, I knew I was charging her.
right. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was funny that she just kept on lying. I'm like, dude, why you lying? Like,
And that's nothing. See, all that shit, all of those red flags. It's like, look, I ain't got, because look, man, you got to look at, remember, the women that you deal with is a reflection of you. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
yeah.
if you dealing with a chick who's all over the place, she ain't listening to what you're saying, she's, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's your fault for dealing with her. It's like, yo, cut her ass off. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And any other girl you're dealing with, you're gonna have to, you know, if she's not really, you know, giving that type of cooperation, if she's making it like an issue, or she's acting all funny and all this other stuff, because you gotta understand something. The women who, because you're gonna have girls who it's just their energy where they're just, you know, combative, belligerent. They don't want to listen to nobody. Let them stay over there. You feel what I'm saying? Then you got the girls who they may listen to you, but only sometimes because they're not that into you. And then you got the girls who are like so into you.
Full cooperation.
Right? It's gonna be full cooperation all day.
Cooperation.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of shit. You want that type of shit. You see what I mean? So all that other shit is kind of like, okay, we done. We out of here. You feel me? Like, so you know. That's it.
Let me ask this though, and sexually, it's first time. You don't want to take it as an all for nothing on the first time, but the second time, the third time, it should be all. Third time, it should be all or nothing.
No, it should be all or nothing the first time. It should be all. See, that's what I'm saying. You want to get to the point where it's all or nothing from the jump. Like, you see, this is the thing. What happens is you meet a girl and she'll cooperate up until a point, right? When it's that point, that's the first time. That's when she's first showing that you know, her being uncooperative. At that point, that's when you charge her. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And the reason, but see, the reason why guys are scared to charge the chick is because they don't have that abundance mentality, and they don't have that abundance. Because what you want to, this is the thing. People got to understand that you bring a certain energy to the interaction. You see what I'm saying? There's a certain energy that goes along with, you know, how you are and how you show up. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Let's say you see a guy in like a 3-piece suit with some nice shoes, a nice watch, you know, nice haircut. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain energy that goes along with that. You have a feeling of, okay, this guy's, you know, about some shit. He's probably doing some shit, some important shit. So people are going to interact with him as such, and give him a certain type of respect. You feel what I'm saying? Versus if you got a dude walking down the street with his pants off his ass, and you understand what I'm saying, and he's looking all bummy, he's not gonna get the same type of treatment or stuff that the guy with the suit has, right? So the guy with the suit and the bummy guy, they just showed up, but one is gonna get a certain type of treatment and the other one isn't. So what happens is that when you start charging chicks to the game for being on some bullshit or for not cooperating or whatever, what happens is that your energy, you understand, it shifts, it changes. So when you're dealing with chicks, when you deal with the next girl, she's already going to feel that energy the same way that the person feels a certain type of way when they see that person with the suit versus the guy with the bummy guy. It's like you show a certain level of respect to that person, to that guy who's bringing that energy, that he deserves that respect. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is that you sort of train your mind to say, look, I don't fuck with girls who don't cooperate. And without you even saying that to the girl, she feels that based off of the fact that you felt it within yourself. That's the thing that guys got to understand. A lot of times the reason why it'll be hard for you to make shit happen with other girls is because the girl before that you was fucking with, you can't, like this girl you talking about right now, you're indulging in a lot of the nonsense. So your energy is of a guy who will indulge in a lot of the nonsense. So what's going to happen is you're going to get another girl who feels it's okay for her to be on some nonsense because that's what you're accepting now. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to charge no chick to the game. What you need to first say is, look, I'm looking for a chick that's doing this, and this. And if she's not on that shit, then I need to keep it moving. So, for example, like I was telling you, that girl that I was in the bed with that didn't want to give me no head, I charged her immediately. I'm like, okay, this is the last time I'm seeing this girl. And the thing, and this is the funny part. This is the funny part. When I was messing with that girl, we didn't even get to smash. You understand? And the reason why I didn't even get to smash her because when I told her to suck my dick and she didn't want to do it, that turned me the fuck off. So I couldn't even get hard. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm good, B. So I don't even need to speak to you no more.
Let me ask you this, because for a long time I didn't eat pussy. I really still don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there's no difference if, because every time you get some chicks that's like, well, can you go around? I'll be like, no, that's not what I roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
what I do. Does that still fall in the same? Would you still charge a chick that's asking you to do something you don't want to do, or you just like kind of put your foot down, like, look, I ain't rolling like that. Now we can still smash, but I ain't doing that.
So you saying that a chick will ask you to do something you don't want to do? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, I don't eat pussy.
Oh, okay. So if she's saying to you to eat her box.
I've had a couple of women who were giving me mad head, and then all of a sudden, don't you gotta go home? And I'm like, no, I'm straight.
Right. Right.
Just fast.
Right.
And they get kind of mad about that shit. They may still give me the ass. They refuse to give me head or different dumb, goofy shit like that. But
right. Well, the thing is, again, like I was saying earlier, it's about what you want to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to do that, then don't do it. Now, if they start acting all weird and funny about it and getting all upset, then shit, I'm gonna charge into the game. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so again, that's the thing. Like, because see, the thing again, it's the thing that goes both ways. Because like that, the same thing I was talking about with the girl who didn't give me head, right? That's just her not being cooperative to me. So therefore, I don't need to be with you because I need a woman that's gonna cooperate. You feel what I'm saying? But I need a woman that's gonna listen to what I say and just do it. You understand? So I've been with other chicks where I tell them like, look, because sometimes the girls that I'll be with, they'll just do it automatically, right? When I'm first fucking with them. But I have this thing where I like to tell the chick to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I like when a chick follows my instructions.
Carl, I'll be honest. I've always liked the aggression. Like, dude, right. Just buckle my pants and just go to it. I've always liked the initiative.
Oh yeah, no, that's good too. I'm just saying that the fact that if I tell a girl to do it and she didn't do it, that turned me off, and I'm like, I'm good with her. Period. So you got to get to the point where you and the thing is, it's not even about the head. It's really about me telling her to do something and she did it. That's what you see what I'm saying. So that's my rule. That's my thing. So when I'm dealing with a girl and at any point, you feel me, she's not doing what I'm saying for her to do, I'm done. You see what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, where you got to be able to charge them to the game that quickly. You see what I'm saying? And because what happens is a girl who's really feeling you, her objective is to please you. So all that's showing me is that when she's not really trying to do what I'm saying, she doesn't really have any incentive to please me. So what that's saying is that she is most likely there for something else, which is to either waste my time, be an attention whore, try to get money out of me, whatever the fuck it is. Because she may see me as the type of guy, she's probably, thinking, oh, let me test this guy. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to see what I can do, with this dude. Because this is the thing. No matter how masculine you are, or no matter how on point you are, you're gonna have certain women who at the jump are going to try to do some bullshit to you. You feel what I'm saying? If they're not really either that into you, or they just, that's just how they are. You feel what I'm saying? Either way, I don't want to be fucking with them. You see what I
But
mean?
you know what? I had a 27-year-old Sunday who I hollered at. Her and her girl was in the grocery store, and I hollered at her. I didn't know how old she was, and she didn't know how old I was at the time. So when we talked on the phone, we had texted a little bit. I was trying to hook up with her, and some weird shit happened, so I was kind of getting ready to charge her, but then she texted me up. But what was funny was that she had her older, I was like a 39. She already got a kid. She went into this conversation about, at 5 years having another kid, and you too old, you probably ain't want to have no more kids. And I gave her I understand her. I was like, well, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
A couple of years from now. But I know she charged me. So what do you think about issues like that? Like, I guess she was either she had another dude she was probably fucking with or whatever, and she felt that she wasn't gonna be able to get what she wanted out of me.
Right, and that's cool. Like whatever, because if you ain't trying to remember, if you ain't trying to do it, it is what it is. And then she got to bounce, or you got to charge her. And if she charge you, that's good too. You understand? Because I had chicks that charge me to the game, and it's like, look, I don't, what I'm saying, like, I'm glad that that's happening, because all it's showing is that we ain't really supposed to rock with each other. That's the thing. Dudes be trying too hard to get every girl, and I'm like, see, when you have that abundance mentality, you don't give a fuck if this girl leaves or not, and that's the thought process you need to have at all times. You got to be like, you have to be dealing with a girl where she knows at any time I could fucking bounce. You understand? And that's the thing.
I'll say this, and I've heard you when you say don't nobody get charged with this like you do. Now, I will admit, I have some lapses in my game. I will admit that.
Right.
But I get charged a lot. I get some ass, but I get charged, but I really enjoy out there hollering at good-looking women.
Right.
See who I can get up on.
Nah, I feel you.
It's just the nature of it. You're gonna get charged a lot.
Exactly. Nah, that's real shit. So you can't be scared. Look, man, it's like the dudes who, a lot of dudes who worry about, or they tiptoe around chicks, or they try to find the best pickup tactics, or they try to manipulate chicks, or they feel like they gotta lie and do all this other. Those guys have that scarcity mentality because they feel like they need to do everything perfect, or they need to try to get this girl to stay interested in all this other goofy shit. It's like, no, listen, when you're on that abundance mindset and on that man shit, it's like, look, this is what I want. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to do. Are you down or not? And if you ain't, you can bounce. It's so simple. Like, it's like, yo, and it's crazy because the more women you start dealing with, what's going to happen is this, and I pray this happens to all you guys. I pray this fucking happens to all you guys, so you really understand where I'm coming from, because the stuff that I'm saying now for most guys is not going to make sense, but it'll make sense if you ever are in this situation. When you actually have abundance, because first you need the abundance mindset, then you actually get the abundance. But when you actually tangibly have the abundance, meaning you have a whole bunch of chicks that you can choose from, talk to, fuck with, or whatever, right? When you have a whole bunch of girls, what's going to happen is you're going to get to a point where you're going to say, shit, I don't have any more room this week. I don't have any more room. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any time. I have no time, and I have all these girls, and you're going to be like, damn, I haven't seen Stacy in like 2 weeks. And the only reason why you haven't seen her is because you've been fucking with Jenny and Melissa and Siobhan and all these other motherfuckers because you got so many around. So now when you have all those girls around, are you really going to give a fuck if you're dealing with this chick and she's being uncooperative and you got to bounce and you got to tell her to bounce? Hell no. You're going to actually want her to bounce because you're like, I didn't have enough room for you anyway. You feel what I'm saying? That's where you want to get to. That's where you want to get to. You want to get to the point where like you need time to recharge. You're like, yo, I got too many chicks. I gotta chill. And so what happens is that automatically turns you into the high value guy. That automatically turns you into the guy who is who she's gonna wonder about because she can't get access to you all the time. It's gonna automatically turn you into the guy who waits 2 days or 3 days to call her because you've been doing all this other shit. You've been so busy with the other shit you're doing, and you've been busy with other girls. So, oh yeah, my bad, I forgot to call you, Stacy. It's been a few days. You see what I mean? You become that guy naturally instead of becoming the guy trying to pretend to be that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? But you can't get there until you have that abundance mindset first and understand what to do, and also not be afraid to charge the girls to the game, because it starts with you getting to the mentality where you say, I don't need you. I don't need her. I don't need this girl. I don't need that girl. You see what I'm saying? And then so what happens is that the girls want to fuck with you more. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
Because realize this real quick.
I always appreciate that. Look, I understand. Like I said, I ain't saying my game is game tight.
Right.
I do have lapses, but you know.
But this is what I'm saying. You got to realize this. Every move you make with women, right? Lets them. It gives them an idea of the type of guy you are, right? And so what happens is that if you're indulging in a situation with a chick where you're even though she's acting like a bitch, you keep running back to her, or even if she's being super flaky, but you keep giving her chances, right? All that's saying to her is, okay, well, this guy is, he ain't got nothing going on. Because he's okay with me acting like a bitch, and he's not doing nothing about it, right? And so what happens is sometimes you're going to have to charge these girls to the game, and then sometimes they'll come back to you, sometimes they won't. But even if they don't come back to you, understand that you're not charging them for, it's not about them, it's about you. It's about you being able to tell yourself, it's almost like you stepping outside of yourself and telling yourself, hey, listen, you need to kick this chick to the curb so that you get used to kicking chicks to the curb who aren't worth your time. You see what I mean? And so that builds up your confidence and builds up your shit, and then that's where you get to that point where you start getting more of that abundance coming in. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. That's what it is.
Hey, good talk, Cario.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro. All right, bro. I'm holler at you, man. All right, peace.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You guys got to get up on that. That I'm telling you. Because you got to check out the last video I did, the abundance game versus that scarcity game. Let me see what's, Jesus Christ. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, it's Mike Stato.
What up, bro? What's going on?
Real quick, how many approaches per day, man, to really, like, my issue, Mr. Locario, is I'm doing, like, I go out, I'm not really focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll hesitate, or I don't know which one to go up to. So when I step out of the house, right, give me a plan of action. How many a day? And where? Like, give me a blueprint, because I lack the focus sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you go? And
well, did you get the my program, Master Approaching Women in 30 Days or Less? Did you get that?
Yeah.
All right. So in that one, did you do the steps in that one?
Yeah, I did 1 and 2.
Okay. So basically, like, for those who don't know, and most you guys should get that because it's only $7. Okay, get that at mrlocario.com. But just in general, what you want to do is this, right? Is you want to approach as many women as you can in one day. I say, like, depending on where you live and how many women are around, because I know some guys may live in smaller towns or cities or whatever. But if you're in a big city, you want to be approaching at least, like, 20 to 25 girls a day. You understand? At least. Now, if you're in a smaller place, you might not see that many girls. Maybe you see 5 or 6, whatever. But approach as many women as you possibly can. But what you need to do is that this is the thing. You have to start building momentum with it. So the first girl is always the hardest girl to approach. You understand? And the reason why is because you have to get yourself in the zone of approaching. You see what I mean?
Real quick, see, when you say this, it's easy to say. Then when you actually go do it, it's a whole other situation. Okay.
Right, but that's why. But this is what I'm saying. That's why all I can do, it's almost like this. I can only lead you to that point. No one can make you go and approach them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally telling you what specifically to do. You walk out. So let's say you walk out your house right now, right? Or today, like right after this call, you walk out your house. I don't care if it's an old lady. You understand? If she's 80 years old, or she's 20 years old, or she's 40 years old. The first woman you see, just go when you go outside. Be like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? That's it.
Okay.
Right? That's it. Just talk. So it doesn't matter if she says anything to you. Doesn't matter if she keeps walking. If she says hi back or whatever, she's like, oh, my day's fine. How's yours? You know, have a conversation with her. Right? You just got to get that first one off. Once you get that first one off, what you need to do is immediately go to the next girl. And this is what you don't want to do. What you don't want to do is when you first talk to that first woman, you don't want to talk to her and then wait a half an hour to talk to the next girl. You understand? When you talk to that first girl, you want to talk to the next girl literally within the next minute. You find another girl talk, then you talk to another girl within the next minute or two. Because, again, you want to keep the momentum up. You want to get yourself in that zone. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is...
Let's say I'm walking down, a busy area, and I see like a tanning salon, and, I see the girl, she's in there working. I'm ready, at this point, I'm ready to step out and just do some crazy shit. I'm ready to walk in and talk to her. Because I know most guys are not willing to do that. Okay? She's working behind the counter. Are those opportunities feasible, in your opinion? Like the Macy's girl, the girl at the tanning salon.
Yeah, you can do that too. Just, again, like, talking about this. If you got a business card, right? You go up to her and be like, hey, listen, I was outside. I saw you from the window. I thought you was really attractive. I know you're working right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my card, and I want you to give me a call tonight at 8 o'clock. All right? All right, cool. You have a nice day. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Like, you see what I'm saying? That is it. You don't got to make, because I think what's happening is that you're making it more complicated than it is, because I think you're thinking too much about the outcome. Like, talk to the girls without thinking about the outcome. So what it is let's say for example, like, I told you, hey, every girl you talk to today is, and you give her your card and tell her to call you. Let's say I say, half those girls are going to call you, or I say every girl is going to call you, or I say no girl is going to call you. If I give you the outcome, just hypothetically, right? You already got it. Don't worry about it. It's there. You understand what I'm saying? Just do the thing, which is talk. So don't worry about what's going to happen. I think what's happening is you're probably nervous about if the girl's going to reject you. You're probably nervous about the people around you watching you. You're probably thinking about, how you're going to look when you're talking. Like,
here's what I run into sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And this part, you're saying have an abundance mindset. And if she doesn't cooperate with you, keep it moving. Right. You keep saying that. But here's the problem. Okay, I'm not at your level right now. I'm still trying. I'm in the beginning stages of the grind right now. So if I go up and I make an attempt and the girl says no, right? I'm finding that if I go a second and third time, just that little persistence, they kind of like, I've had situations where girls are kind of like saying, oh, maybe this guy's really serious about, maybe talking to me, and they've kind of gave me their time. I know that that's against the rules of the game because you look desperate, but if I just let them go quickly, I'm never going to get any women. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're saying if you go up to a girl and you try to holler at her and she's like, "Oh, no, I'm not interested." You're saying you want to go back up to her later and try again? Is that what you're saying?
Not later. That moment.
That moment. Oh, so she's like, "No, I'm not interested," and then you're like,
no, she doesn't have to say I'm not. She could ignore you. She could she might not use the words "I'm not interested." If she uses those words, I'm gonna keep it moving. But if she ignores you, sometimes they're scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not talking about. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if the girl blatantly rejects you, then you keep it moving. But of course, if she hasn't rejected you yet, if she's just like, being shy, or if she's, you know, whatever, yeah, you can keep talking to her and then, until you see what, you know, you see what pops off. So I'm not saying to just walk away, you know, from the chick. Now, I personally would in most cases. You see what I'm saying? But you don't necessarily have to. And the reason why I would is because I'm just looking for cooperation. You see what I'm saying? So I personally would, you know, but you can still get the girl if, let's say, you talk to her or you try to holler at her, and let's say she's like, you know, acting shy, or she's sort of trying to ignore you, whatever. You feel what I mean? You could still try to make it happen and still get her. I'm not saying you can't. So if you want to do that, that's cool. You feel what I mean? But you keep thinking, if you have the thought process of you're not going to get any girls if you don't do that, what you're doing is that you're making it seem as if you're not going to be able to find any woman who's going to cooperate with you. And on top of that, you're making it seem as if you have to convince a girl to like you. And so when you're doing that, like, while you're doing that, what you're doing simultaneously is telling yourself that you're not cool enough or good enough or interesting enough for a girl to cooperate with you in the first place. So what you're saying is, I got to keep hammering it down to this girl to wear her down until she gets with me.
That is true, but on the flip side, you got to understand that some girls out here, they have an anger towards, not all of them, but some of them, they have like an animosity towards men.
Right? And why would you want to hold on. Like, why would you want to get with a girl who has an animosity towards men?
Well, because here's the thing: when you go up there and you talk to her and she ignores you, and then because she didn't like that approach, because for whatever reason, some of them don't want to be cold approach. But then you go back in again, she starts to see who your personality is, and she starts maybe saying, maybe I should give him a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kind of like a salesperson. I don't know how to explain it.
I see exactly what you're saying. But this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. Let's use that same example of a salesperson, right? Let's say I'm trying to sell something to somebody, a service, right? And I want them to pay me monthly, right? And I say let's say I got person A and person B. So I'll go to person A and I'm like, hey, this is gonna cost you $1,000 a month, right? And then person A is like, oh, I don't know, that seems kind of expensive, and then I convince them. I say, but look, you know, you can make this happen. You make this amount of money, and you know, it only costs you this much, and this service is gonna help you do this and do that, blah blah blah. And then I finally get to the point where he actually is like, fuck it, I'll do it, right? Now, with him, what's going to probably happen is, at some point, he's going to be like, damn, this is kind of like too much money. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta quit the service. I gotta stop paying these payments, right? Because at first, he was already nervous about how expensive it was, right? Now, let's say I go to person B, and I'm telling them the same thing. Hey, listen, I got the service. It's going to cost only $1,000. And the person's be like, only $1,000? That's cheap. Like, oh, hell yeah, sign me up right now. You feel what I'm saying? Because that person is so interested now. And he's like, I got this. Yeah, I'm so interested in this. So I don't really got to do much. And he's probably going to stay on the service longer because $1,000 is nothing to him. But person A, $1,000 is a big deal. And then later on, that's going to probably show up later in the situation. So when you're dealing with the girl, so again, I'm not saying you can't get with the girl that's going to, you know, maybe she'll like your personality and all the other stuff. But because you've been sort of having to do shit so much with her, at a certain point, that's going to show back up in the interaction you have with her anyway. So let's say, for example, you go up to this girl, you try to holler at her, she sort of ignores you at first, and then you keep going and you do all of this, and it's this back and forth and yada, yada, yada. Then you get her number. You finally got the girl's number, right? You text her. Most likely, she's not going to respond to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you try to set up a date. Most likely, she'll flake. So that's what I'm saying. It's not guaranteed that she will. I'm just saying that most likely because of how she came at the situation from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what
Okay.
you're saying isn't incorrect. Like, you can go up to the girl, try to get her to warm up to you, do all this other shit. But what I'm saying is that a lot of times those type of girls, you're going to have to do way more work because you've already done all this work at the beginning.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what the game is. The game requires work. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it does, but the work that you do is on you, not them. And that's the thing that guys misunderstand. Guys think that the game is about talking to this girl and trying over and over again, or doing a whole bunch of stuff to convince her, to get her to like you, to keep this thing going. And no. The game is about you saying to yourself, hey, I'm brave enough to walk out my house and talk to any fucking girl I want to talk to. Now, if this girl don't want to talk to me, I'm putting in the work to go to talk to another girl. You see what I mean? The work comes from you having the energy to talk to the girls and find the ones that's going to cooperate. You don't want to spend a lot of energy talking to this one girl and trying to get her to cooperate. See, there's a difference. Again, that's the difference between the abundance and the scarcity. See, when you're trying to make it work with the girl, that's the scarcity thing, because you got to understand something. The beginning part of the situations are the parts that's supposed to be the most fun, exciting, unpredictable, whatever, parts of the situation. So if at the beginning I'm talking to a girl and it's like pulling teeth, or she act like she don't want to fuck with me, then what do you think's going to happen down the road? See, this is the problem. A lot of dudes watch too many movies where you have the guy who's the loser and he's trying to get with the girl, the hot girl from the school, and it's this big fucking epic journey to get the girl, and then finally by the end of the movie she falls in love with this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? So
right.
that's
Right,
what
I
dudes
see that.
you know what I mean? That's what dudes are thinking. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, so the work that you put in is supposed to be the work you put in on yourself, not the work you put in to try to get the girl. You see what I'm saying? When you approach the game looking at it as you are engaging with women, not that woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not that one woman, women, plural. Abundance. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha, bro. Okay, all right, man. Hey, I appreciate that. Real quick, just answer this and I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Because, you put out a lot of great videos on YouTube, and maybe, like, the information is probably maybe too much, I would say, honestly. So just explain to me, explain to me as a Bad Boy member, what is there going to be an overlap in information? Because if I'm getting value right now, is there going to be more value in the Bad Boy membership?
Oh yeah, and see that. And I'm actually glad you asked that question. I was thinking I might have to do a whole video on this too. But basically, and I'll probably do another. But basically, what it is that the stuff that I put out on YouTube, right? The free stuff, this stuff right here, and the other free videos. That's only that's the smidget. See, I'm giving you the what, right? What I'm giving you is what needs to happen. What needs to go down, what this is about. So, but in the Bad Boy membership, I'm giving you the how. Okay, let me tell you how this works. So basically, what that means is let's say, for example, on YouTube, I would make a video that says, 5 different places to meet chicks to approach and talk to, right? And so in the video, I'll say, hey, go to the bars, go to the clubs, go to the park, yada yada yada, and then talk to girls in the park. So when someone's watching that video, they're going to say to themselves, okay, cool. That's okay. Now I know where to go to get to talk to girls. So what do I say when I talk to them? Join the Bad Boy membership. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the thing. The how is in the Bad Boy membership. The what is in these videos. You see what I'm saying?
Got it.
So that's what people got to understand. So this is why I tell dudes to join the Bad Boy membership, because the Bad Boy membership gives you the details on how to do it. Because I'll tell guys, hey, you got to flirt and build sexual tension. They'll be like, so, okay, how do you flirt and build sexual tension? Join the Bad Boy membership. They'll tell you how to do it. You see? That's how it goes.
There's more, there's more details on how to do that.
Right, and I tell you exactly how to do it. You see what I mean? That's what the membership is about.
Because I agree with you. Your videos, like you're not really deep diving like tactics when I go up, like.
Right, exactly,
there's
and you know, and you
you're
know,
right.
and you know, there's a reason why, there's a reason purposely why I do that, not necessarily just to get people on the Bad Boy membership, but the thing is, the people who watch the free videos has to make a conscious decision in their mind that they're ready to invest in themselves in order to get to the other side. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because the thing is, I don't want anyone to join the Bad Boy membership or even get any of my books or whatever if they're not going to actually use it and apply it. And so what happens is that if you invest in yourself, you're telling yourself, I'm doing this because I'm actually going to do something with the stuff. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
The truth about the game seminar is included in Bad Boy membership.
Yeah. So it's on there too. Yeah. It's definitely on there.
All right, man. I'll let you go. Thanks a lot.
All right, bro. I'm holla. All right, peace. Yeah, man. That's what it's about. That's what I try to tell dudes. I'm like, look, you know, all the details is there. You know what I'm saying? It's in them details. Cause I got like damn near like 2,000 videos on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I add a little something in there, little nuggets in there, to, this thing they call raising the free line, I think, or something like that, or moving the free line. So that means the stuff you give out for free, you may give a little bit more things that you would have people pay for. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the thing I tell dudes, if you really want to get to the how of how to do all this stuff, that's you got to join the Bad Boy membership. Or get this book, How to Have Sex 2 in a Day. Bam. So, so you can get all the step-by-step stuff. So what is popping off in the chat room, people? So we got a good 20 minutes left. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's going on, Mr. Carl, man? It's Bill 702, brother.
What up? What's popping?
What up, man? I just want to answer a couple questions, man. Basically, man, it's like this, man. We meet these chicks and say they be like, oh, I don't want a relationship. I don't want this. I don't want that. But I'll hang out. Men get confused thinking, oh, well, why should I take her out? Look, bro, she's already cooperating with you. She's basically telling you that we can get together, but I don't want no title shit until it's her idea. You feel me? Brothers be like, oh, you used to charge her. Half the battle is getting her to say yes in the first place. You feel me?
Right.
Once you get her to say yes, you gotta set the date up. You feel me? But not necessarily meaning a date, meaning going out spending money. You feel me? It could be a night at home chilling. You feel me? Getting their clothes, getting their comfort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, there's different levels to this shit. You feel me? There's levels to where you got women that don't mind being discreet. They'll come fuck with you, but they don't want no title.
Right.
They'll tell you, I don't want no relationship, but we can kick it. And then there's women that be like, I want a relationship. You feel me? You know what I said, before we do anything. Then there's women like, I just want you to tear it down. I want everybody to beat it up. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Right.
But guess what? All three of those scenarios, they're all the same woman.
Right, exactly. And that's what, dude, I've been trying to tell these cats. I've been trying to tell these dudes, like, yo, it's funny because a lot of guys, they don't, what's funny is that guys be thinking, first of all, a lot of guys think that every woman wants a relationship. You understand?
Right.
Like, I'll be having dudes be hit me up and they'll say, because I had another cat hit me up and he was like, yo, I was with this girl and we hooked up and she never called me again. And he was like the sex was good because she had like 2 or 3 orgasms and she squirted and all this other craziness. And I said, bruh, she probably just wanted a one night stand. You feel what I'm saying? Like, dudes don't they be thinking like chicks want to always get booed up, and I'm like, nah, some chicks want to just fuck you.
Right, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing with chicks. Like when a man approaches her, she think that he want to get booed up.
Right.
See, that's why you have to put yourself in what I had just said. Those 3 scenarios, that's all the same woman. It depends on how she feels. It depends on what you say. It depends on how you smelling.
Right.
It depends on your energy, on your charisma. All these things matter to her because she can be either 3. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just like we as men can be either 3. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like it's like all this going back and forth. You know, the bottom line is just majority of the men when they see that chick, you feel me, that's a dime or whatever you want to call them, whatever, you feel me. When they see that chick, 9 times out of 10 they want to wife her up.
Right.
Real, but they ain't telling you that. You feel me? But that's not. But that's what they telling themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know. And then it's like, when that woman picks up on that energy, ghost them. You know what I'm saying? They fucking for the one night, whatever. You feel me? Now they hurt. Now they upset.
Right.
But you gave her that energy. You gave her that. You see what I'm saying? That's why, like I was saying on the last live, you got to take your heart out the shit.
Right.
You feel me? Because it's like, just because she's bad, you feel me, that don't mean, you feel me, and I may have 20 other chicks on my line, but that's the main one. Everybody wants to see that, but that's the one.
Right.
There's no one. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You got to take your heart out the shit if you really want to start fucking these hoes to sleep.
Right.
The bottom line is because, you know what I'm saying, we sitting here going over the same thing, and it's like, bro, like, you feel just like, oh boy, you feel the last couple caller, like, you know what I mean? She blowing you down, she giving you the throat, but you want the pussy, but guess what? But guess what? Because I'm on the phone right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But if she giving throat, maybe she wants to practice the deep throwing skills. Take that and fuck the other ones. Why are you so concerned about always trying to get the pussy all the time? And if she got kids, she's basically telling you, feel me, I'm fertile. And I like to fuck without rubbers. You feel me? Do you want to do that life? Are you about that life? You see what I'm saying? Like, so you know, you have to take sometimes, you know what I'm saying, what they're giving you. And most of the time, you feel me, like, we know we want some pussy, but guess what? If she giving throat, come on, bro. How many times you done been with somebody before, and you was like, damn, I wish she had some good throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, every now and then, we gotta stop worrying about the small things and start worrying about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you got a chick that can suck a golf ball, you know what I'm saying, through a motherfucking, you know what I mean, the motherfucking straw, she on the squad. You got one with good pussy. You got one with good credit, good pussy, and good head. You know, you got to start lining them up like that. It's like a basketball squad, you feel me?
Right.
Everybody got a different talent. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and you got to have them talent, you know what I'm saying, for depending on how you feeling, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week.
Right, because I think the thing with that dude, I think his issue mainly really was that he was indulging in, you know, her being cooperative, her being uncooperative overall. So that was his issue. But I see what you're saying where
was cooperation.
Right, I see what you're saying where it's like, yo, listen, you know, if you're dealing with certain chicks, you know what I mean? Be like, okay, well,
you
look, I'm designating you for this, I'm designating you for that, and that's what it is. But again, because right, you know what I mean?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you saying?
Oh yeah, because if you don't, you see yourself doing everything now. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel me? This isn't a one man show. You know what I'm saying? You got to put them, like, you know what I'm saying, like you always say. You feel me? The reason why you married your wife was because your wife was doing everything you feel me that you needed her to do.
Right.
For your business. Having your meals ready, you know what I'm saying, having your appointments ready, you know what I'm saying, having your clothes ironed out for you when you get up and shower and all that kind of shit. These are things, you feel me, that we have to take into consideration. Because, let's be clear, the reason why we even want a woman of quality or of beauty is because we want her to do all those roles.
Right.
You can't find that woman, you feel me, within one woman most of the time. You have to go through multiple women to make her equal up that one. Nigga, come on, man. Because I'm taking back the Voltron. With the Voltron, unless you had all the pieces. You feel me?
Yo,
all the pieces.
You know what's funny?
I mean, the Power Ranger.
You know what's funny though? It's this movie you should go. You guys should see. Damn, what the fuck is the name of it? But basically, the movie was about the guy who invented the Wonder Woman comic book, right? And in the movie, he had a wife. And also, he ended up dating one of his students. So then, he was basically in an open relationship. It was him, his wife, and the student and shit, right? So there was a part of the movie where he was saying, he said, yo, both of y'all make the perfect woman. I was like, yo, how you?
What I'm saying is real game, but that's how you know. That's how you know, bro, that I'm out there in the field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to play your part as men, and our part is this. We want to, you know what I'm saying? We want to get in there. We want to beat it down, go make our money. You know what I mean? You know, just do what we do. But different pieces to the game. Of course, yourself is the main piece. You feel me?
Right.
You're the main piece. But, you gotta have an arm, you gotta have a leg, you gotta have a chest, you gotta have, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta find the women, you know what I'm saying, that fit those criteria, you feel me, for your program.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bottom line is this, you feel me? Not every one woman, unless, very rarely, you feel me, because you're gonna meet that woman, you feel me, that's Wonder Woman.
Right.
Very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you start upgrading yourself. You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to upgrade yourself, you got to have women in places. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your squad together. You feel me? Just like the NBA, just like the NFL. If that person ain't making it, you cutting, but you always scout.
Right.
You always in somebody else's ear, no matter what, at all times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And don't get discouraged if they don't want to sign to you. Guess what? There's always going to be somebody better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Don't let that, you know what I'm saying, like you feel like disappoint you. But just know, you feel me, that you will be able to be put. You can't put a decent squad and some benchers together, but you got to keep going out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to hear no's, I don't want to go to you, or whatever. But guess what? That's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got to play your role. Your role as the coach or the head or whatever you call yourself, is to not care. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to win every game. You know what I'm saying? So as long as, like I had said, you feel me, like months ago, it's all about practice, man. Every time you talk to a chick, and you call her and she don't want to show up, that's practice. You know what I mean? So that's telling you how she was playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know right then and there what she about. You know what I mean? She a ball hog, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? When she want too much money, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? You can't get with that. You know what I mean? So that's not part of your program.
Right.
Why are you sad about that?
Mm-hmm.
You should be happy about that. You from she just saved you capital.
Exactly.
You know
that's
what
what dudes see. That's the thing. Dudes they don't see it that way. I don't understand it. It's like, yo, you should be glad that this shit is happening with this girl if she's not trying to fuck with you, or because all it's saying is like, yo, look, this ain't gonna happen between us, and I'm glad I'm finding out now. You feel me?
Right. But you know what I'm saying, in that sense. But if you meet one who's on the fence and she only sucking dick, you just keep her at sucking dick. You feel me? That's all you do.
Right.
You don't worry about anything else. You know what I'm saying? You don't worry about anything else. You just keep her sucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Because just like exactly how women do what? They got a nigga that trick. They got a nigga that fuck her good. They got a nigga that eat the pussy real good. They got a nigga that you know what I'm saying, that does whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they got the nigga you feel me, because who they really want. But he got other, you know what I'm saying? He got too many bitches.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right,
so that's how women play us. You feel me? So women, when they meet a man, when you approach them, your game type, you know what I'm saying? Because you looking good, you smelling good, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to figure out where to put you in on her program.
Right.
You see, you have to start thinking like them, because women before they even when a woman get a ring, you feel me, from a man, you know what I'm saying? Because she married you, she's still looking to see, how could I get this nigga in my program? You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta stop trying to figure out how to get her, like, oh, now that I got her, you feel me? Because I'm gonna try to wife her. Nah, nigga. Nah, you know what I'm saying? If she don't have all the qualities for me, you feel me, or at least 90% of what you want, that's not wifey material. That's fuck material. We taking fuck material and try to turn it into girlfriend and wife material. That's why we get so pissed off.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And that's real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're putting too much deep into it. You know what I'm saying? It's too much thought. You know, and we mad, but like I said, man, we just, bro, it's man, like I'm lost for words right now. On how
now I
people
feel,
so
again,
upset.
it's dudes a lot of times, man, it gets to a point where once you realize your value, then you'll actually see what needs to happen. You see what I mean? The problem is, I think a lot of guys don't know what they're trying to do. See, and this is the sad part. This is the sad part. See, the funny part about the whole thing is this, right? Is that you want, guys, they want sex from, to have sex with women and have a whole bunch of chicks to do shit with or whatever. And that's cool, and that's part of the whole thing. But like I was even telling the other caller before, because, what I'm saying is that at first it has to be about you and what you're trying to do and what you want, and then have everything else fit around that. That's the thing. That's the thing that makes it hard for guys to get women, because this is the thing. You got too many guys who are chasing after women through their actions.
Right.
So I say to guys, listen, if you're the type of guy who feels like, if you say, hey, give me a pickup line in order to get to tell this girl. So if you're using a pickup line, or you want a pickup line to get the girl, what you're doing is that you're basically chasing the girl and making it about her, because you're saying, I need this thing to get her to want to get with me, or to get her to like me, or I got to use this tactic to get her to want to follow. You see what I mean? Versus if you say, listen, I spent some time with myself and I said to myself, hey, I want a girl who's going to act this way, and that way. You understand? So now, when I approach women, and because dudes say to me, what do you say to a girl when you approach her? And I say, what do you want? You feel me? What do you want as a man? What you want as a man will give you the things to say to the girl. You see what I mean? So if I say to myself, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm like, yo, I want a girl to like fucking, I want a girl that's going to cooperate. I want a girl who doesn't have any kids. I want a girl who cooks and cleans. When I'm having a conversation with her, I'll be like, yo, listen, like, you like cooking? You understand? You got any kids?
Exactly.
You see what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That's
you are in control of the situation from the day, you know what I'm saying, from that time you start, because men, we initiate, women have to cooperate.
Exactly.
The bottom line is this: once I initiate something and the conversation is flowing, you know what I'm saying, then in those moments of us flowing and exchanging information, if she tells me things like, oh, yeah, I like to read, I like to cook, I like, you know what I'm saying, all these things, that's valuable information. Stop looking at the physical information. We know what the physical is, fat ass, you know what I'm saying, whatever she's looking at. That's easy. You want to try to get into the brain, you know what I'm saying, of where she's at right now in this moment in her life. Because tomorrow things can change. But if things change tomorrow, she will remember what it was with you yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, she will base her, you know what I'm saying, when you call her or if you send her that text and set up the date, oh, you know what I'm saying, I'll build himself 702, you know what I'm saying, because conversation was, he made me laugh, he was interested, I'm going to see what he's talking about. She was already engaged. You understand what I'm saying? Once she's engaged, the liability of flaking, it's always high, but yet that emotion of her having that connection with you in that moment is even higher. You see what I'm saying? But you have to find out what it is in your program that you want. If you still you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna say 30s and still just trying to bang everything out, that's not gonna happen right now. You feel me? Because in your 30s, as we know, women's mind change, but yet it still doesn't change. There's still one of those three women. You feel me? You come down the inbox at the top of this conversation. There are always going to be those three women. You know what I'm saying? Because those three women is that one woman within the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you had just said. You know what I'm saying? You have to focus on what it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? If you're going up to a woman horny and lustful, it's going to show. Period. It's going to show in the way how you try to be all too cool. You try to be too suave. You feel me? Just be who you are. You go up to her, hey, how you doing? I'm blase, you know what I'm saying? Thought you was looking nice, you know, what's your name? She giving you your name, you know, you shake the hand, whatever. From that point, you know what I'm saying, you can feel the energy right there. Y'all make the physical contact if she allows you to touch the hand. That's showing some type of physical sexual
and you know what it is? You know what it is?
The
thing is this at the end of the day is that the reason why it's hard for certain cats to get certain things is because some dudes learn game where they're being taught to mimic what an attractive man looks like. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of learning how to be an attractive man. That's the issue, really, what it is, because you have guys out here who, they'll say shit like, oh, you gotta do this so that the girl thinks you're busy. How about you just be busy? You feel what I'm saying?
How about you be busy?
Exactly, right. Just be busy. You see what I mean? And so it's automatically going to be like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing right here. You know what I'm saying? Men, we don't have to perpetrate shit. Women do that all the time.
Right.
So when we perpetrate shit like trying to be busy and this and that, women feel feminine energy from us, and they know, oh, that's clean. You feel me? He's giving off feminine energy. But if you really got something going on, you feel me? If a chick that you call her, and you really don't call her because you're really busy with life traveling, you know what I mean? Fucking other bitches, whatever, you feel me? If you're really busy, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Then you're really busy.
don't perpetrate shit because eventually your skirt gonna get pulled. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
exactly.
And then she's gonna know, you feel me, how to play you. And now you think you feel that you got her, but guess what? She got you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you mad. You feel me?
Well, the thing
now
is,
you
the thing is, she already got you from the beginning, which is why you're doing all the manipulation and the tactics and the pickup lines from the jump. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because Mr. Carl could think of it like this. Because, you know what I'm saying, this is real shit. Why do you think they make weaves and fake eyelashes and shit like that for women?
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
They want women to paint a picture. This is how they look. Mm-hmm. They don't make shit like that for men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about that.
Right.
Like really think about that as men. You know what I'm saying? We can go buy all that fake shit. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the bottom line is, you know what I'm saying, women purposely purchase and put that shit on to play this persona that this is what they look like all the time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they're already faking it till they make it, you know what I mean, right from the beginning. Men, we come as we are.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So why not embrace that already as a man?
Exactly.
And just come as you are and not be worried about what you're not.
Exactly.
You know what
See that, and that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what dudes don't understand, man. That's what dudes don't understand.
Yeah.
And you know why? Is because they're so concerned with getting the pussy, right? They're like, what are the tactics and things that I can do to get the pussy? But see, you're gonna get the pussy if you are that dude. If you are that confident, attractive guy. You become that confident, attractive guy when you focus on what you're trying to do, so that when you go to a girl, it's like, look, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I'm about, and either you're down or you're not. So all of that is gonna come through with her recognizing you're that guy. You see what I mean? But the thing is, if you're sitting there saying, you know, what are some tactics and manipulation things, or what are some, you know, things that I can say to get her to chase me? What are some things I can do to make her think about me and all this other stuff like that? See, it's gonna come naturally based off of the type of guy you are. It's almost as simple as this. You know how they'll say nice guys finish last, and you know the women only want the bad boys and yada yada yada. It's really because if you were just being natural, if you were just being yourself, right, you would come off as a guy who's not a nice guy. Because like a chick will say, hey, let's do this or do that, and you'd be like, nah, I ain't really feeling it this weekend, or I don't want to do this, or you'll call her when you feel like calling her. You ain't gonna call her when you feel like you see what I mean? So everything's gonna be extremely natural, and it's gonna come off. It's gonna come off the same way that the guys who try to mimic the shit come off. You see what I'm saying? And so,
right.
You know what I mean?
And that's the whole thing, and we got to remember too that this is real shit. You feel me? That women are watching Hollywood movies saying, I wish I had a guy like that. But in reality, they're really chasing the bad boy who's probably fucking her off.
Right.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know, real shit. You feel me? And she can't figure out why. And that's because she knows in her mind that Hollywood is Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? The people who got rejected are the ones that's making the big budget, you know, for those love films.
Right.
That's how they wanted. That's how they wanted the girl in science class, but they wanted to take the prom back in 1977.
Right.
You feel me? Right. But it didn't work out. You feel me? But now they got money now, so now they can write their life script and be like, this is the way how it went in my head years and years and years.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Women see that shit. Of course, you know what I'm saying? They're emotional creatures. They see that. They relate to, I wish that was me. And, you know. But in reality, when they're leaving the movie theater with the bad boy, who's gonna fuck her raw right there? You feel? Because in his mom's Prius, you know, and she's gonna go home and she's gonna be happy with that.
Right.
You know, that's how. Because reality, you know, versus television, it's two different perceptions. A lot of us men and a lot of us women, we're living off TV.
Right.
We're living off love and hip hop. We're living off TV. All that shit is fake. That's scripted. You know what I'm saying? That's fake. That's a fake reality.
Right.
But in real reality, you know what I'm saying? In real reality, you know what I'm saying? Them chicks you think you can't get, guess what she's doing? She's thinking about you too. Like, damn, I can't get him if you play your role and keep it cool.
Right.
But you gotta figure out where she gonna fit out in your squad. We're trying to figure out where you gonna fit in on her program.
Right.
Because her program is just attention. You know, if a nigga gonna pay my bills, fuck it. Attention. If he gonna dick me down, fuck it, I'll take it. Her program is scatterbrain.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Our program has to be, you know, has to have a purpose, has to have a focus. When women see that, They want to be a part of that because their mind is already running rampant. They're already scatterbrained.
Exactly,
You know
and that goes to what we were talking about on the show about how to influence a woman to do what you want and to follow you and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, you know, when a woman is with a guy who is you know, a leader, you know what I'm saying? A guy who knows where he's going. Her program is your program. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. At all costs.
Right.
At all costs.
Right. You see what I mean?
And she don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because like look at Bonnie and Clyde. You feel me? That nigga went to rob banks. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She never. You know what I'm saying? She never left. You know what I mean? She died right along with his ass.
Right, exactly.
Because that's what it was.
Exactly.
Whatever his program is, that's what I'm fucking with. But your program got to be solidified and solid, you feel me, through your own actions and words. Not through perpetration, not through the internet, not through what Mr. Carlos' program is,
right,
but your own program.
I remember, dude, I went on this date with this girl one time, and she told me, like, she just got out of jail, like, 6 months ago, and she was, like, in jail for, like, I think 4 or 5 years. And what happened was that I think her boyfriend, he was, you know, moving weight and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so she ended up helping him do some shit, and then she got caught up and then went to jail. You understand? And so part of me was like, damn, that's crazy. I'm thinking like, damn, why would you even you know, do some stupid shit like that? But then part of me was like, I admire her for still following her man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo,
hell yeah. You know, because every real man who ain't just thinking about pussy be like, yo, wherever I say, go with her. You feel me?
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You need one like that because at least if all the other bitches ain't answering, she gonna answer.
Exactly.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want. That's the kind of cooperation that you want to build yourself to, not just her answering the phone, you go on dates, you fuck. That's petty shit.
Right.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like that, you got to think about the real bigger picture. Do you really want somebody who you can really count on? You see what I'm saying? Because all that other shit, because people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's saying sex is important, but sex compared to everything else that you just said right then and there is very minute.
Exactly.
It's very minute.
And this is why I'm saying when dudes have this mentality of like, oh, let me just do anything to get sex, or I'm doing anything to get a girl to have sex. I'm like, you still on that low level of the game at this point, my dude. I'm like, that's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so much more. You understand? It's like it's crazy. So it's like you trying to get some vagina. And I'm like, I'm trying to get the soul. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the chick. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get that everlasting soul.
Exactly.
If you just want some pussy, nigga, once you come to Hollywood, it's gonna become a porn star.
Right. Exactly.
You get paid to do what you love. You feel me?
Right.
Now you ain't frustrated, but you gonna get mad about that. You gonna be like, man, I'm tired of fucking these hoes, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? After a while, and that's real shit. When you get to a point where you fucking hoes left and right and this and that, I ain't gonna front. You feel me? I love pussy. I love that shit. You feel me? But there's some days you be like, damn, Monday through Friday, fuck, I'm busy as fuck, fucking.
Right.
I'm tired.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to that point in the game, you feel me? That's when you're gonna start to elevate. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was able to elevate. You know what I'm saying? You know, like and that's why now, like, this is real shit. You feel me? Like, nigga, I had went on a date with a chick, and she was like, you know, how can you trying to fuck this and that? I said, look here, man. Every time I fuck a chick, you feel me? It always turns out, you know what I'm saying, to where we don't fuck around no more. And guess what? I ain't fucked her, and guess what? We still calling each other, and we still hanging out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what it is that you feel me? I'm not like nobody else, but she always tell me, you ain't like these other niggas. You feel me? And I just like you. I just like to be around you, this and that.
Right.
Night and day. I ain't gotta fuck. You ain't gotta fuck all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta fuck them all, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta put them in their position. You know what I'm saying? Like for her, I can call her. You feel me? And, you know what I'm saying? Cause you feel me? I can call her. We go out to you. We can kick you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still talking to other bitches from while I'm out with her. You know what I'm saying? Keeping her on her toes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know why we always gotta act like we gotta be on our shit? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, keep these whole niggas on their shit. You know what I mean?
Real shit.
Shit, you niggas. Yeah, that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, put always worry about the pussy so much, nigga. The pussy there. You know what I'm saying? Pussy everywhere. Nigga, I just walked outside, nigga, see some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But quality is not. And you can tell, you feel me? A lot of niggas that's mad about not getting sex later on in life in their 30s and shit, that's because niggas started too late.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying, nigga? When I was seven, nigga, you feel me, nigga? When I was 7 in the grocery store, nigga, popping at bitches. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm 7. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what's happening? You know what I mean? I'm trying to get the number, nigga. You feel me? Let me call you after 7. You feel me? Because before your mom. You know, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So this has always just been me as a man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just start talking to women now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
And that's with all of us. That's with all of us. So act like, you know what I'm saying? We've already been there before. Just because we get older and the woman says no, you feel me? Well, guess what? The bitch wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? But her friends did. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
But,
man.
I know I'm talking a lot though, but
But nah, that's real talk. You spit some
man.
heavy game, man. You got to call it again next week, man, because I got to head up out of here in a second too. But y'all appreciate you calling in, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, me too, man. It's always great talking to you. But y'all check out my channel, man. Build Himself 702, man. All right, Mr. Carmen. Peace and love.
All right, bro. Mahalo. Peace. All right, people. So that is about it. Let me shout out to all the people in the room. French, you just came in, bro. We about to end this shit. Shout out to Manhorn83, Rob Cruz, Young King, Kenwood Drive, Brandon F, Johnny Quest was popping, Ellie Empire, Jermaine Jones, D Oliver, K Zaggin 20, Rand 64, Eric James, Cameron McCall was popping. Who else up in here? Who else is up in here? Mr. Goodbar, shout out to you. Got Juice. Dre the Man, shout out to you. Lorenzo Davis. For Eyes One to Watch, shout out to you. Poti Robinson in the building. Ross Goldberg. Who else was up in here? A political guy was in the spot. J. Henry Beats. Shout out to you. Who else is up in here? Eric Maurice. But yeah, make sure you guys go to MrLocario.com. Get the book How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Ebook, audiobook, hard copy, and remember this comes with 2 bonus audios. So make sure you guys get that. So you feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys get that. Make sure you guys join the Bad Boy membership. Also go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario so you can check out all the Bad Boy show episodes. You feel me? So yeah, I'm out of here, guys. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll holler at you guys next week. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.